when we first got started with Daybreak, one of the rewards we wanted to include was Red Talon Operators. We wanted them to be there to be like a special character that you could recruit that could come into your normal game as a result of you having excelled at Daybreak. It was a reason for players of the core game to go out and try Daybreak and sort of get into it and then bring back something of value, which would be these characters. And I was assigned to make the characters, to make sort of the new schema that would sort of generate these characters. And it was a lot of fun. I was like, ooh, they could do this, they could do that. And I just, my brain started going, and I came up with all of these alternate versions of skills for them and everything. And my intention was that they would have amazing core skills, but kind of garbage community skills. But I was having too much fun. And I also gave them amazing community skills. And no one caught me. And so basically, Red Talon Operators are just amazing. They're just really good in every way. And that's a problem because it devalues all of the other characters. And it makes it so that it feels like, oh, well, the way to play the game is to recruit nothing but Red Talon Operators. Now, that's not bad if somebody wants to do that. If they want to have an entire community of Red Talon Operators, that's fine, go nuts, but that should be a weird decision. That shouldn't be the way to play the game. And unfortunately, when you make them unequivocally the best characters in the game, and they're just extremely versatile, and they can do a lot of things, that kind of messes things up a little bit. It means that like all the other characters feel like they're garbage next to Red Talon Operators. And so after it came out, and after it dawned on me that that was going on, I was like, this is embarrassing. I designed this poorly. Like this was a bad decision on my part. And like I was having fun as a player of State of Decay 2, designing a neat thing for myself to play with. And this is why, like, when people are like, you should hire fans. Don't hire fans to make things, because I was designing. Like, I was designing those Red Talon Operators as a fan of State of Decay 2 who wanted to have a fun time playing with them as a State of Decay 2 player. And I didn't think of the fact that it's more fun, ultimately, if things are balanced, if things are, if you can get a special reward that has a special role to play, but it doesn't overwhelm the entire rest of the game. And so, yeah, so I was designing like a fan. I wasn't designing like a designer, and I made a mistake. And so during one of our later updates, I had the opportunity to go back in and just try to rebalance them a little bit. I didn't go through and just take away all of their nice fifth skills. I tried not to take away something that felt like it was extremely valuable, that sort of defined them. And so I had limited options. I assigned some negative downsides to some of their traits. So they would keep the thing that was good, but also gain a sort of a negative that came along with it. And then I also gave all of them a negative. And I think they might have actually started with this particular negative because I realized I needed to give them something negative, which was the morale penalty. So I might have increased the morale penalty when I revised them, or I don't remember exactly the order of operations there. But yeah, so that was what happened. But the justification, if what you were really asking was what's the lore justification for it, it's the fact that they're from an outside faction and they have got loyalties elsewhere outside the community. Everybody else in the community, this is their home, this is their community. They're 100% devoted and they trust each other. Red Talon Operators are outsiders. They're from another faction and their loyalty is to that outside faction, not to the local community. And so as a result, they don't fit in. And they don't feel like they belong here. They feel like they're actually doing a crap job. Like they've been sent to this podunk garbage place where they have to live with these weird people, and they're not doing cool Red Talon stuff. And so they're sad. No one likes them, and it's just not a fun time for them. That's why their morale is low. So that's a story that I imagine in my head to justify their morale being low.